All right, everyone, we are here with War 1 of Season 34 against the War Champion GT40. This war will be taking in Apocalypse, Archangel, and Cable. I will have Path 1 in Section 1 and Path 2 in Section 2, and I only have one mini-boss assigned, but I have quite a few shared fights. So Path 1 here first, we got Reinvigorate nodes with Spider-Ham and Dr. Doom. So spam, we're going to be using Archangel without a White Magneto pre-fight. Ideally, you would probably want one here. It's easier to land enough heavies without having to worry about an evade, especially if RNG isn't on your side with the bleed / poison / neurotoxins. Really the game plan here is just parry heavy and hope RNGesus is on your side. And then once you get enough neuros up, it'll pretty much do the rest of the fight for you. Trying to bait out special ones here and not special twos. Although if he does throw special two, not that big of a deal. Parry heavy is going to keep enough of a distance for us to prevent a few of the regen buffs from being close, so that we don't have to worry about a fury buildup too intensely from this node. And you can see there RNGesus isn't quite on our side. 2 heavies and we only have 1 bleed, but we got a poison there from me missing a parry, which led to blocked hits. And then now we've got enough neuros that it's just pretty much going to be a smooth ride from here on, especially since Spider-Ham decided to throw a special 1 there. And this will pretty much end it. And down he goes. So we finish that fight easy. We exit out. We slap on full suicides for this Dr. Doom. It is a rank 4. Game plan here with Apocalypse is the usual Apocalypse nuke play where we start with a PS1, we build the special 2, we drop the special 2, and then we repeat with either a special 2 or special 3. Since there's quite a bit of crit resistance, I'm not expecting to get to special 2 from the first one. So really, I'm just focused on 1, the fact that we're going to build bleed immunity from suicides, and then 2, making sure to get to our special 2 before we give Doom his special 1 so that we don't have to worry about an aura and waiting it out. Reinvigorate doesn't exist here since he's not going to be able to shrug Apocalypse's debuffs, and you saw there, due to the concussion, we got away with his aura not triggering, which allowed us to just throw the next special 2 and finish the fight really quickly. So we exit out, we take off suicides, and we're taking the Sasquatch here with Archangel. Sasquatch is a part of the Mystic Dispersion Global, so we have to be very aware of the fact that we could trigger it and that we cannot parry heavy at that moment that we think we might. So it'd be parry and throw a medium and then back off. We have a White Magneto pre-fight and a shock resistance pre-fight from Odin. You maybe don't need the shock resistance here. Again, it just depends on RNG with bleeds and poisons. But you see here, we're landing all our parries, so we're not triggering dexterity, not baiting out any special attacks. We've got a lot of neuros. There's our dex, and now I'm going to throw an attack, and because of the neurotoxins and the ability accuracy reduction, it actually did not trigger the global. So we went right back into parry heavy. We don't have that dexterity buff on us anymore, so we don't have to worry about triggering it after it fails. But yeah, ends up being a smooth ride, pretty easy. And then was sent to Path 2 because of this Fury here, rank 4 on EMP, healed up. We're back with suicides on, same game plan that we took Dr. Doom with. We are going to build to special 2 before he gets to his special 1, drop it, and then with the power back boosts, drop the next special 2 or special 3. And if you guys have seen me take Fury here before, I do short combos and back out so that we don't trigger dexterity. And there, he didn't actually come at me right away. He hesitated, so we got a retaliation with a short combo, a parry with a short combo, and then a parry with an even shorter combo so we don't push him to special 1 so that we can build a special 2 easily and drop it. And even push him to special 2 and then bait that out. Decide to immediately go for the next special 2. We're not going to push him to special 3 with it. And now we have all the time in the world to just let him kill himself now that he's in real nick and get as close to that 30% mark as possible before dropping and finishing the fight with this special 3. So the entire time I was parrying, I was keeping track of bubble shield. Knew it was never close, but we pushed him to special 2, so we would have been able to easily trigger it if we needed to. And then we finish it here with this special 3 now that we're against the wall and we were going to take some blocked hits. And down he goes. So pretty smooth, pretty quick Fury fight as far as Furies go. Path 2 here in section 2, we've got Modok and then Killmonger. So Modok game plan, if you're familiar with me taking him with Apocalypse in the past, it's parry 1 hit back off, and between the parries, or due to the number of parries that I execute during this fight, we end up gaining more power to push us to special 3 sooner than we would if we just stuck to the actual strike counter. So it's parry, start with a light because you have more charges there, and then parry medium, and then alternate. And then when you're about out, before you use your last one of either one, we parry heavy to get rid of the shield so that our next parry can be a combo into special 3 without having to worry about the shield. You see there, I just apparently did not get my block up and then just did not dex that SB1 very well. So there's that heavy, the shield's gone, we can combo. He only got 1 or 2 penetration charges, which was perfect. Power back boosts here are gonna push us to special 2 or even closer to special 3. We don't wanna throw a special 2 at him in case he auto blocks it, even though he's got the concussion up, still wouldn't risk it. And then this next special 3 will end it. So a little more damage than expected just because of eating a combo and then getting hit with a special 1, which is just adding to the large health pool, or adding to the item use due to the large health pool of a rank 4 Apocalypse. Pretty sure this is going to be most of my season though, because I'm not expecting an Apocalypse ban over the options to counter the current meta. And then Killmonger here, benefit here is that this is Apocalypse's last fight. So I actually do not care about reverb. I'm going to mitigate it a little bit by slowing down my combo or when I'm going to throw special 2. But if the opportunity is there to throw special 2 and reverb is either about to end or has been on cooldown, I'm going to throw it regardless. Just because we're going to overpower this. And here we can play to strike counter and not do what we did with Modok because we don't have to worry about that auto block shield that Modok has. So into special 2. And then here, I didn't want to drop this in case the debuff situation gave him too much power, even though he already has those 2. So I just let him get that out. Again, we didn't have a fight after this with Apocalypse, so the extra block damage was not an issue at all. But super smooth, super quick. And then Silver Surfer here, we're going to make Archangel a Horseman, and then take this with Horseman Archangel. Due to the chitinous thorns, we're going to get 100% bleed resistance. Biggest thing here with this fight that I completely forgot about was that Archangel had an Odin buff, and buff A is going to trigger right at the start, and therefore Mystic Dispersion is going to kick in right at the start. And I didn't factor that in. I just kept reminding myself, if I do trigger Dex, throw that single attack instead of a heavy. So the beginning of this was completely unexpected for me, but luckily that Unstoppable helped out due to being a Horseman, and then from here on it's just a straight parry heavy fight for the rest of the fight. Would have saved me, I think, 1 potion, which again isn't a big deal, but this is pretty much the fight. Easy peasy. And then my last fight, Super Skrull of rank 4 on AoE. Same concept as the Surfer fight and the Sasquatch fight. But we're going to have that Odin pre-fight, and since it's not going to expire, we're not going to deal with miss at the beginning like we did with Surfer. So we only have to be focused on miss if we trigger dexterity during the fight, which we will, because we're going to have to bait out special 1s. We don't want to push him to special 2 or even risk that. But hopefully this fight either ends or ability accuracy reduction is so great that we don't have to worry about the miss mechanic. And I believe with this fight, I do the same thing with Sasquatch. I got a buff. I am going to attack to retaliate. We have a Mr. Fantastic Petrify. I'm going to attack to retaliate, expecting Mystic Dispersion to trigger, and it doesn't. So here we are, special 1. We've got quite a few neuros. I'm just going to try and bait this out. We've got the dexterity buff. I'm going to wait for a parry swing, and it's gone, but we didn't trigger the global, which is good. So we're back to parry heavy, and he just melts away. So pretty straightforward war for me. Didn't take in any Defiance champs, take any complicated Mystic Dispersion nodes, probably because I have that rank 4 Apocalypse. RBG didn't do too well, died 3 times to their 0. And GT40 had a fantastic war, but we had probably the worst one I've had while in New Nation and it not being an off-season war. We got annihilated. Several things factored into why we died 15 times. It's kind of embarrassing. Kind of annoying. It is the first war of the season, and we usually have a poor start when it comes to season wars. So hopefully we bounce back, but we have to bounce back hard if we think we're still shooting for top 3. Because 15 deaths sure as heck isn't going to cut it. But yeah, happy season started. Hope you guys enjoyed the war. Hit subscribe, like, share, follow, and I will catch you at War 2.